kind of dark and gloomy out here. It actually rained earlier today. It's not raining now, but the sun is not out. It's going to be out tomorrow, though. So I thought I'd come and do. It's wet. Yeah, it's wet everywhere, no matter where you go. Thought I'd do like a quick update. 8 days post COVID-19 second dose, right? And I did take the Moderna. I got my second dose last Friday, so it's been 8 days. And I got it at the hospital where I work at. And it's funny because I think I timed my vaccination like perfectly. My first dose, I got it 5 days before my menstrual cycle. So I got my first dose on November 5th, and my cycle came on 5 days later. Perfect timing, right? And I got my second dose on December 3rd, last Friday, and my cycle came on like 3 days later. So that was perfect timing because I think it's necessary. I'm a big believer in like spiritual cleansing, and obviously the cycle operates as like a cleansing mechanism, right? In terms of symptoms, I didn't really experience any side effects. I keep saying symptoms, but really side effects is what I'm trying to say. I didn't really have any, to be honest. The only thing that I experienced was some soreness in my arm. Actually, I got it in my left arm. So my left arm. For both doses. And it went away. Like, it didn't even last that long. I think it only lasted like a day, the soreness, right? It was like very brief. Not even probably a full day. Maybe a half a day that it lasted. It went away. And then that was it. And I was wondering why I was experiencing like body ache, right? Because I know they said that body ache is a side effect of the vaccination. Come to find out, it was my period. I'm like, how can I forget that I have a period every month, right? So it was my period coming on. But this is the thing. I guess I didn't think, my mind didn't like automatically think, okay, it's attributed to my period, because I experience like aches like in my body right before my period comes on, usually like in my lower back sometimes I have cramps in my stomach, but nothing like intense. So I think that's why I didn't think period, right? I thought it was maybe a side effect of the vaccine, when really it was just a sign letting me know that my period is getting ready to come on. But it was much more intense, yo. The fucking pain in my lower back was much more intense before my period came on, after I got my second dose last Friday. So my period came on Monday when I was at work. I was like, I would come on when I'm at work. Don't you just love it when it comes on at like the most like weird times? And the pain though in my lower back only lasted like half. It was like a day. It was like maybe a quarter of a day. I experienced that. When did I experience that? I think it was Friday night, right? Because I got my second dose last Friday during the day. So I think like the lower back pain came like later that night. And I was like sitting in my recliner chair, and I'm like, why the fuck? My goddamn back hurts so goddamn bad. Yo, what the fuck? But yeah, it was definitely my period. Then my period came on like that Monday, you know. So makes sense. 3 days later. It's interesting though. So after like my first dose, with my first dose, my period came a day late. It came on a day late after I got my first dose, right? After I got my second dose, it came on 2 days early. So basically on time. My period usually comes on like regularly. It's very like It's very consistent, which I like. I love it. It's like every 28 days I can expect my period to come on. And I do track when my period comes on my calendar. I mark it. So it worked out. Other than that, nothing. And I know, like, obviously, there's a lot of stigma surrounding the vaccine for legit reasons too, right? And fear for legit reasons. Oh, is that a cardinal? It's a pretty bird. Oh, he's looking at me. Pretty bird. And especially with the new mandate that Ghana just implemented for incoming travelers, you have to show proof of vaccination to enter Ghana now. The black community is in an uproar about it. Can't blame them though. But I figured that I'll like vlog my experience with this COVID-19 vaccination because I was and I'm still am anti-vax, right? So I'm definitely with you guys when it comes to the vaccine. I'm opposed to it. But honestly, it's going to come around to the point where everyone is going to have to get vaccinated. Like, it's going to be very difficult not to be vaccinated. And I was one of those ones who's like, you know what, I'm not going to be vaccinated. I'm going to, like, make sure that I slide through the cracks and not get vaccinated. But then I thought about it deeply. And I'll talk more about this in my 1 hour post-vaccine update of my first dose. So go back and watch that. I have a whole entire series on my experience with the vaccine that I created on YouTube. It's a whole playlist that I created. So go check that out. But overall, good. Now, someone did comment on my one of my previous videos and said, well, she was also concerned about the vaccine, mostly related to like long-term effects, right? Adverse reactions from the vaccine. So that makes sense. This is still short-term, right? It's only been a month since I got my first dose. A little over a month now, right? But nothing has changed. Honestly, nothing has changed. Everything still works the same in my body. Like, my reflexes are still sharp. Everything is still good. I'm saying this because obviously these are concerns that people have, legitimate concerns, especially when you see videos of people who have experienced adverse, like, neurological reactions, right? I just recently followed this woman. I forget what country she's in, but she's vlogging her experience, and she is a doctor. Actually, she was training to become a medical doctor. And she has been vlogging her experience with getting back, like, after she got vaccinated, and she's been fucking shaking, like, uncontrollably, having, like, uncontrollable, like, autonomic body movements, twisted, disfigured face, muscle spasms. Like, that's bad, Her life is not the same. So to experience like immediate adverse reactions, that's scary, and I think that's why many black people are opposed to it, considering the historical background that we have endured at the hands, of racist white people, right? In the systems, and with, in the medical industry, and them using us as like guinea pigs and experiments for research. It makes sense why many black people are opposed to getting vaccinated. Can't blame them. Just can't trust it. And I was on a live recently where Dr. Umar was talking about it, and he was like warning people, as he always does, like, don't get it. Do not get vaccinated. It's like they can be putting cancer in it. And he said that they actually approved, how many, did he say 1 billion fucking doses of the goddamn vaccine in Africa? Yo, that's a lot. That's a fucking lot. So they're really pushing it heavy in Africa, obviously, especially with having that mandate in Ghana. It's like, what can you do? But have a positive attitude. And I talked about that was my approach to getting vaccinated. It's just having a different attitude and not only watching like these negative warning videos about the harmful effects of the vaccine, but also exposing yourself to positive videos of people who have gotten vaccinated like myself and are fine, right? Even mothers, you know, who have gotten pregnant, have gotten vaccinated while they're pregnant, who have gotten vaccinated while breastfeeding, and you know, all of that. And even before pregnancy, they got vaccinated and then were able to successfully procreate and conceive. So watch things like that. All right, that's what I did to see that there's another side to the vaccine. It's not all bad. Nothing is all bad, right? So you'll be fine, I think, if you have a positive perspective. But I do warn people because there are some people I think maybe shouldn't get it based on like pre-existing conditions, right? I don't, to my knowledge anyway, don't have any pre-existing conditions, so I'm fine. And I feel like, listen, this is just life. Like, I live in New York City. You have to get vaccinated in order really to participate in society here in New York. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. So it is what it is. But I'm glad that, thank God, it's a big relief for me seeing that those squirrels be always coming too close. We doing the most. Why did they close it off? Oh, is it not really closed off? Oh, it's open. Okay. It's a nice bench here. Look at this. Just taking a walk through the park, getting some fresh air. I live like a couple blocks away from Central Park, so this is just a good place to come, get some exercise. The air feels great. It's like in the 60s now, the mid-60s, 64 degrees out here right now, so it feels great. Just would be better when the sun comes out, but it's gonna come out tomorrow. I looked at the weather forecast the next couple days, and it's gonna be sunny tomorrow, so we can balance it out. Balance some of this weather out, all this rain. I wasn't out here when it was raining. I was inside. But, oh, I don't think I've ever been up here to this part. It's a nice view, though. It's the thing, like, when you go places that you don't usually go, take turns that you don't usually take, and the places you've never been. Two boiled eggs, I said. So you guys start eating on my video. Ask me anything. Video. Oh, I know. I take that back. I had a slice of pizza, but that was it. Nothing major. So I'm gonna grab me something to eat. I heard that it was Santa Con today. I don't know where though. Probably somewhere in Midtown. Never heard of it. But I posted a picture on my Facebook page. Like, Santa Con. They got a convention for everything, yo. On that note, I'm gonna catch y'all later. Thank God. Can you just thank God for protection for me from any adverse reactions post-vaccination, okay? So I'm fully vaccinated. Well, I guess it takes, 14 days, I guess, post your second dose to say that you're fully vaccinated. But I am technically fully vaccinated right now. Never thought I would say that. But I am. I think everybody is going to end up being anyway. There's no way around it, really. It's just the way of the future. And I think that was just like, you know, the dose 1 and dose 2 is just like a primer to introduce us, to segue us into other things that we really need to be concerned about, right? Like chips, biotechnological chips that they may implant in us, but this whole metaverse reality. So that's something I think we need to be concerned about. The first, the second dose, I don't think that was really a big thing. I don't really think it's that toxic or harmful per se, but it's the things that are going to come in the next several months, I would say that maybe. You got a key into, you got to, Alright, I'm going to catch y'all later. I feel like I'm overdressed, which I am, yo. It's like when you've been used to the low temperatures in the 40s, and then it jumps up 20 degrees, it's like it's hot. And you're used to dressing like it's still 40 degrees in the 60s. It's like, I feel like it's hot right now. But anyway.